What's up everyone, this is Yasser Elite, and in today's video I will be talking about the top teams in the Kanto Cup. And as you guys might know, Kanto Cup is happening in 2 days. Today is 27th and Kanto Cup will be in the 29th. So, you know, like 2 days earlier, so you guys can go and prepare for the Kanto Cup, especially like, you know, like the old teams. You can also remember what was the top teams, what was the meta. Here's something to mention. In most of the teams here I mentioned, you don't have to copy them specifically. You can just copy the first two, which most likely will be the core, and the third is up to you. You don't have to stick with anything I have here. So as an example, like if the meta it moved into using Alolan Sandshrew, you can you can use Alolan Raticate with Bite. If the meta stayed in AWAC meta, like people kept using AWAC, you can just keep Quick Attack because you beat AWAC and Hypno regardless of the fast move. Yeah, and let's move to talk about the top meta Pokemons in this cup. Shadow Gyarados is a spicy Pokemon. I have it here because I have one and I felt, you know, like, oh, this Pokemon should be meta because I have it, and that's how my chat thinks. Just like everything I use is just straight meta. Dragonite is a good fast move. Like Kanto Cup is known for the fast move pressure. Like there is so many Pokemons with just superior fast move pressure. There is stuff that have some decent charge move pressure, and there is the bulky stuff which just like either XL or they are just too bulky. As an example, fast move pressure is Kanto Mach. Charge move pressure is Alolan Mach. It's not bulky. I said, wow, do we have it there? A fast move pressure Pokemon is Hypno, Nidoqueen, Venomoth. A fast move pressure is Shadow Dragonair because this Pokemon just hits so hard from the fast move and does no pressure from the charge move. And even when you throw a bad move like Aqua Tail, non-stab, you can still grab a shield because if they don't shield that, they will get farmed down by the Shadow Dragon Breath damage. A good charge move Pokemon is Poliwrath, probably one of my favorites because it has Mud Shot, which is one of the second best fast move energy generation in the game after Lock-On. What about Sandshrew, Alolan Sandslash, Sandshrew? Those are kinda in between. They have fine fast move pressure. They are steel typing, so they could be bulky Pokemons as well. You know what, let's just have it as a bulky Pokemon. The only problem with it is just like it's double weak to fire, double weak to fighting, which is kind of bad because fire is good since AWAC is the meta. Shadow Machamp is also good. Mew is just the most flexible Pokemon in this cup. I believe you need the Dragon Claw in this cup specifically, and you need Surf for Nidoqueen. Okay, what about the other stuff? Okay, you can run whatever you want on a Mew. Like there is no one way to run Mew in Kanto Cup. You can literally run it with a Snorlax if you want. You can run it with Poison Jab. You can run it with Volta Switch. I saw lots of Volt Switch in Mew. For Alolan Mach, I mean, the only person who plays Alolan Mach is literally Wholesome underscore from the Wholesome underscore stream, and he plays Poison Jab a Mach, and he preferred the Alolan Mach just because it beats Confusion users, where the Kanto Mach lose to Confusion users. And a good fast move pressure here, the Galarian Slowbro. Galarian Slowbro has Confusion and Surf, I think, and it has to be level 51 and Hundo at the same time. It's a spicy Pokemon, has decent typing, and a good Pokemon to use. If you have one, this is the only cup where you're gonna have fun with it. You might say Love Cup, but Love Cup, like the Galarian Slowbro, was much better. This Pokemon here, what was the name of this Pokemon? Dude, I can't even remember the name of this Pokemon. This Pokemon can almost one-shot everything from a charge move. Like a Rock Slide will one-shot all the Flyets. Like it does, no, not just like 70%. No, it will one-shot all the Flyets. The Hydro Pump will one-shot all the, like, and you pretty much shield everything from it. You don't like, oh, I need to call a bit. No, you just shield unless they only did 5 charge moves, 5 fast moves, and you have like some Rhydon. Sorry, Rhydon or Rhyperior. No, Rhyhorn. So, yeah, Rhyhorn and Rhydon. Okay. Venusaur is just very safe, especially since you're gonna see lots of water. Venusaur is only good in the back if you bait out the Poisonuts. If you bait out the poisons, Venusaur can hit everything, even flyers, because you have Sludge, right? The bulky Pokemons Snorlax, Lapras, Lickitung, Chansey, Dugong, and Alolan Sandshrew. So the bulkiest Pokemon and the most annoying here is Chansey. The second bulkiest, I believe, is Lickitung. So those two are superior to everything here. Lapras is very decent in Kanto Cup. It's probably like top 3 Pokemon. Snorlax is kinda like a niche pick where like you need something decent, but you don't have Lapras, you don't have Lickitung. You can just run Snorlax. It still beats the same stuff almost that Lickitung can beat. Plus, it beats Lickitung and Chansey. I mean, it doesn't beat Chansey because you have to Superpower and Dip. But yeah, like you don't need to shield from Lickitung, but you can do lots of damage from the Superpower, especially if you Shadow. And I saw like the 6'4 Ninja and J-Jan both running EQ Snorlax for the Poison type. And pretty much no one was shielding the EQ from Snorlax. Dugong is just a super annoying, bad Pokemon. I hate it so much. But it's very decent in Kanto Cup, just because you can just, whenever you don't know what to do, you don't know how to count, just use Dugong and just Icy Wind everything, even if they have, as long as it's not Lapras. Now, what do I think the best fast move pressure Pokemon? Okay, let's sort them by like the best. The best fast move pressure Pokemon in Kanto Cup is by far Hypno. Okay, Pidgeot is close, but not as close. Nidoqueen is the second best. Mach, I don't think even close to be the best. Dragonite and Gyarados are too decent as well. They come third after Nido and Hypno. Nido is number 1. Sorry, Hypno is number 1, Nido number 2. Pidgeot is there, but the problem with Pidgeot that it loses to Lapras, and Lapras pretty much is in every team. Dragonair is just a Walmart dragon. You can use it in the lead. I saw lots of Dragonair lead because it doesn't lose as hard as Dragonite to Ice, but still loses, by the way, still loses. Doesn't beat them. Best fast move pressure Pokemon, I think it's Poliwrath. Sandshrew is just too decent because Sandshrew is the only Pokemon that can beat Lickitung, Chansey, Nidoqueen. Again, Sandshrew is the only Pokemon that can beat Lickitung, Chansey, Nido, Non-Fire Punch, Hypno. And Sandshrew is the best core breaker in Kanto Cup. So if you are someone who hates meta, play Sandshrew. Yeah, I mean, you might say, someone might say that Sandshrew is meta. Yeah, Sandshrew is actually a decent meta. But it's the only Pokemon that can break all the cores here. And yeah, it has what was the moveset? A Blizzard, Night Slash, Powder Snow, and if you have a Purified Hundo, you can run it with Return, which is much better of a coverage move. Moving into the anti-meta Pokemons. Magneton, I think King IV has won. It was fun watching him playing something like this, a first evolution, and getting it to 1500 CP. I didn't know that until I watched his video. Grimer, also a level 50 Pokemon. Polydel, a level 50 Pokemon. And that's pretty much all the XLs here. Now moving to like stuff that are spicy and good. Wait, where is Alolan Graveler? Alolan Graveler is decent, by the way. I don't see it here, but yeah, it's very decent. It's my favorite safe swap in Kanto Cup. Yeah. So Alolan Raticate used to be my favorite pick in Kanto Cup because everyone safe swap Hypno and Marowak, and like this thing is just a wall. Like the confusion damage doesn't even add up. It's like it does 1 damage to him. And you can like just overpower him by a lot, and then like 1 crunch plus the quick. I run it with a quick attack. I don't run it with bite because quick attack can get more wins than the bite, especially the Lapras matchup. It becomes closer, and if they have a fighter, you can still do some damage. Plus, if you have a quick attack, you can get to the Hyper Fang, which pretty much like quick attack plus Hyper Fang can get Charmers to a very low health. And if you have a purified one, that's much better. Alolan Raticate purified is very decent in Kanto Cup if you can dodge the fighters. Charmers not that bad if both do not have shields. Yeah, I like how I have Shadow Dragonair here and I have Dragonair here. Don't use Dragonair. Seaking. Seaking is the most expensive Pokemon because it requires you to use 3 legacy charge TMs, 3 elite TMs, one elite fast TM, and 2 elite charge TMs. Is it worth it though? I don't know. I saw lots of high elo battlers like Scaf using it, so I would assume it's decent since he was using it. Beedrill is like the option, like if you hate Nidoqueen and you want to play Poison Jab, you don't want to play Nidoqueen, you can play Beedrill because technically it can beat Nidoqueen if you no shield the poison thing, and then you just outpace but you have to call a bait once. Prime Ape used to be my favorite lead, but Nido's just made Prime Ape very tough to use because they can just double shield and farm you all the way down. Shadow Machamp is good as long as you know how to use it. By how to use it, you mean you always have to have like 2 counters lead. By that, like if you see the opponent is like in the red, you just safe swap Machamp and punch them all the way down. If it took them like 2 seconds, 3 seconds to react, that means Shadow Machamp is just gonna kill everything. Kanto Sand Slash is actually decent, and lucky us, we had a community day like a couple months ago for this Pokemon. And this community day was good because Kanto was lacking a good ground type. And because of the lack of the ground type, Poison used to be dominant in this cup. Like, as an example, Amok, Nidoqueen used to be the most dominant 2 Pokemons in the Kanto Cup until this thing became a thing now. Because you have Mud Shots, Night Slash. So you just wall the Poisonets and you can do super effective damage to them. And if they have a flyer, you can just throw Night Slash. Maybe not the best coverage, but it just, kills all the poisons. Shadow Kanto Ninetale is a very decent Pokemon as long as you avoid the dragons and the water. Other than that, I don't think anything can beat Shadow Kanto Ninetale because it's just too decent. It has enough bulk to live a charge move if you want to no shield one, especially if it's resisted for the Shadow Pokemon. Shadow Mewtwo, I think there is only one person in the world who used Shadow Mewtwo in Great League, which is Alpha Phoebe. Hopefully, I don't know, check his Twitch whenever he go live. I think he will use a Mewtwo in the Great League. Now moving into the top teams, the most BBML team in the entire world is Kanto Cup, which is basically Nidoqueen, Lickitung, Chansey. After the nerf, people replaced Chansey with Snorlax for most of the teams, and that's why Alolan Sandshrew became the best core breaker in Kanto Cup because it's the only Pokemon that can beat those 3. It's very expensive Pokemon though, but it is what it is. Do you want to win or do you want to complain about not grinding? I mean, not by complain. It's up to you. Choose the team you want, but if you hate those 3, I recommend Alolan Sandshrew again. This team was the best team according to PvPoke. I think Chansey isn't as relevant as before because the fast move doesn't add up after the nerf, which hit Chansey pretty hard. So it's just a very bulky Pokemon that doesn't do anything. My favorite team in the Kanto Cup is my favorite meta team. Let's say it this way because this is not the team I was running. I think I was running Licky. No, I wasn't running Licky. I was running Hypno, Alolan Graveler, and Alolan Raticate. But Lickitung is kinda safer than Alolan Graveler. Just because it's much bulkier and it provides some decent bulk to the team where you can stall the swap, especially if you just like in the swap, especially if you're trying to stall the clock. And Lickitung is one of the best Pokemons for this one. A good core breaker for this team, I mean Sand Slash is kinda tough, but it's manageable. That's why we run Fire Punch on Hypno, and again you use the Shadow one. Another team that was popularized by Smash King, he was playing Hypno, Lapras, Nido. He loves his Nidoqueen, and he's by far one of the best at using Nidoqueen. You might say that Nidoqueen doesn't require skill, but it does. Like, knowing when you should Poison Thing, when you should Earth Power is a skill. Unlike Frosty, which just throw them whenever he gets them, which is kind of bad. No. I also call it the tryhard team since the tryhard team, which was the most common team at high elo. By a high elo, I mean the top 50 or page 1 leaderboard team that everyone was using at page 1 during the last time in Kanto Cup was by far Hypno, Lapras, Ewak. Why Ewak? because Ewok can beat the poisons, because if you have energy lead, like by the poisons I mean the Shadow Queen, because Shadow Queen can do lots of damage from Earth Power to Ewok. But if you have energy lead, you can beat Nido Queen. Shadow Ewok can beat Nido Queen reliably, because the fire spin does the shadow damage from the fire spin does enough damage to put it in shadow bone range, where like it used to not do that because Ewok was just very bulky and doesn't output that much of damage. Now by far, I think if you run shadow Ewok, you can do easy more damage, and you don't need the bulk that much because you have like 3 bulky Pokemons. The Wholesome team, if you guys know Wholesome plays only one team in every league, because he kind of like that, and that was his meme, because he's like, oh, I'm gonna play the Wholesome team, and the Wholesome team became like his signature team in by far every league. Whenever he can use Shadow Machamp, Lick User, Poison Dark in the back. Any league, he will play those 3. Counter User, Lick User, and Normal type, Shadow Fighter, or a fighter that hits hard, Toxicroak, like Toxicroak or Blaziken. Normal type in the normal type with a fighting move, like Tidiyotza, like Snorlax, like Shadow Snorlax, and Alolan Muk, or it could be Drapion, or it could be Skunk Tank, right? So this is his signature team, and yeah, he can play it in Open Great League, Open Ultra League, Ultra League Remix, Ultra League Premier Cup, Kanto Cup as well. Yeah. If you want to learn how to play this team, just watch Wholesome. If you don't want this team to win, just watch Crimson. He's just gonna go 0-5 in every set using this team because he doesn't know what to do. Another team that was popularized by Mr. Dialab. He's a new streamer. Make sure to check his live stream at twitch.tv Dialab Shooting. Yeah, make sure to check his live stream. I believe he's 2900, 2950, and he's been 2950 like MMR the last 3 days. He would have been one of the first legends, but you know, like the first 10 legends is like the one the first 10 people, like the first legend is always the one who gets queue time, gets shorter queue time, and the other like just struggle and still stuck in the queue, and they can't climb because they can't get games to play. He's one of the best battlers in the world by far. I do have some opinions against his playstyle because he always bait, but he proved that if you know how to bait, that's the easiest way to win. And yeah, check his live stream if you want to learn how to play this team, if you want to learn how to play Alolan Sandshrew. Haters might say that, oh, just throw Night Slash. It's not just like that. Knowing when you should swap, when you should stay in is also a skill. Moving into a team, the most resident sleeper team in the world, the team that everyone almost hates, Nido Double Dark. You can use Nido Double Dark as well in Kanto Cup. Yeah, no one saw that coming, right? You guys didn't expect to see Nido Double Dark. But yeah, you can use Nido Double Dark, and it's a very decent team. Yeah, Lapras is like kind of a struggle. You safe swap this, not this, because this is a bad. The Alolan Raticate is a bad safe swap. The BBML, I call it the Walward version. It's not that BBML, it's not that meta team, but this is kind of Walward loves to run Golem and A-Grab. And he was running Hypno with those two, and Golem now has a legacy move, I believe. So you can test it out with a better fast move. A tap team, like I have this team. If you like watching this video right now and you don't have skills to climb, you don't think that GBL needs the skills, you want to just to climb to 2500 elo, your all season high was 1600 MMR, this is the team for you. Nido Double Charm. If you don't know what to do, just swap to one Charmer and bait out the poison, bait out whatever, and then like just sack one Charmer for the greater good, and the second Charmer will sweep later in the game. This team doesn't require skills, it just requires you to swap to sack one of the Charmers to bait out what beats a Charmer, and then the second Charmer can sweep. Nido is just there to provide some shield pressure and fast move pressure. If this team gets a good lead, I don't think this team loses. The BBML, that is not Kanto at all, like 3 Pokemons that aren't Kanto, and they are being used in the Kanto Cup. Alolan Sandshrew, Alolan Grimer, sorry, And Aurora Raichu, not Kanto at all, but you can use them in Kanto because Niantic doesn't know how to code their Pokédex. Like, why 1, 2, 3, not Kanto, but they are Kanto? Because they are different forms, but isn't that supposed to be a different? No, I don't know. That's what Niantic would do. A team that has too much bulk, very annoying, I think, was popularized by Put the Battles because she just loves double eyes and she was playing Dragonite double eyes. If you lose lead, you just blindly swap to what's the name of this Pokemon? Dugong, and you just straight Icy Wind everything. If you win swap, you just go, even if it requires you to go down a shield, yeah, just win swap, flip the swap, then align the Lapras that says whatever there was in the lead, and then you can have better alignment. An unbudget team in the Kanto Cup are fun to use, but doesn't give you some wins. The triple birds, just 3 legendary birds, you can use them. They don't beat one Nidoqueen, okay? They don't beat anything, but if you wanna have fun, if you have those powered up with 2 charge moves for Great League, if you have them from the research, this is the only time where you can use them, but that doesn't mean you can win with them. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you like the video, leave a like, and if you have any question about these teams, leave in the comment section below, and I will be glad to answer all of them. My name is Yasser Elite, and I'm a Twitch streamer. I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. Central Time, and 2 p.m. Central Time during the weekends. If you want to stop by, say hi, make sure to check the live stream. And I do have a Patreon account for coaching, so if you're looking for coaching, make sure to check my Patreon. This is the end of the video, and see you in the next one. Peace.